Jaya Rama Rama Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabham Girivaradari Gopijana Vallabham Girivaradari Jasodanandana Gajadana Ranjana Jasodanandana Gajadana Ranjana Ramanatira Manachari Ramanatira Manachari Jaya Rama Rama Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chant with feeling from your heart. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Don't speed up. Follow me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Gaura Vimanande.
Voimme kääntää täällä suomen kielelle, luento on englannin kielellä. The lecture will be in English, so we will translate into Finnish here.
So we thank you very much for coming to this program today at ISKCON Helsinki. Today we're reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. We're going to speak about the very final verse of the Bhagavad Gita, 1878. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yatra Yogeshvara Krishna. Yatta Partha Dhanurdhara. Tatta Shirvajayo Bhutir. Javanir Tirmatir Mama. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. It's a very long purport, and we have a very short time for the class. So I'll just read the first paragraph. Usually you go for an hour and a half, but I only have 45 minutes. So I'll just read the first paragraph of the purport. It's a long purport. The Bhagavad Gita began with an inquiry of Dhritarashtra's. He was hopeful the victory of his sons existed by great warriors like Bhishma, Drona, and Karna. He was hopeful that the victory would be on his side, but after describing the scene in the battlefield, Sanjaya told the king, "You were thinking of victory, and my opinion is that where there is Krishna and Arjuna present, there will all be good fortune." He directly confirmed that Dhritarashtra could not expect victory for his side. Victory was certain for the side of Arjuna because Krishna was there. Krishna's acceptance of the post of charioteer for Arjuna was an exhibition of another opulence. Krishna is full of all opulences, renunciation is one of them. There are many instances of such renunciation, but Krishna is also the master of renunciation. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Data Buddha Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Svaminiti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. So, do you like to be a winner or a loser? Well, I like to be winners, isn't it? Well, Sanjaya is telling us here in the Bhagavad Gita how to be a winner. When you're on the side of Krishna, you're going to win. You're not on the side of Krishna, you're going to lose. So where's the modern day civilization? They on Krishna's side? Nope. And they're going to lose, you see. Actually, they're running out of oil, and when it's gone, what will happen? We have a whole civilization based on material sense enjoyment, and it's going to be finished sooner or later. But if we can bring Krishna to the center of the world civilization, it will never be finished. So not only for our own benefit, but the benefit of the whole planetary civilization, we want to bring Krishna to the center. You see. Krishnastu Bhagavan Svayam. So how do we do that then? What is the way to bring Krishna to the center of our lives? Of course, he already is the center, but we don't know. We forgot about it. You see. Because actually everything is based on Krishna. You're breathing right now, isn't it? Who's giving you the air? Is the city of Finland giving you the air? Is the city of Helsinki giving you the air? The mayor is giving you the air to breathe. You see? Everything we have, we are fully dependent on Krishna or God. Everything. The body we have is given to us by Krishna. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat. Everything is totally dependent on Krishna. What are we doing? We're ignoring him. Well, God is a myth. God doesn't exist. If you cut yourself off from your supplier of everything, how can we expect to be happy and peaceful? You see? So this Krishna consciousness movement is the greatest benediction for the human society because we're bringing everyone back. We're trying to do that. At least you all can come back, you see. At least if we can convince you to bring Krishna to the center of your lives. And guess what? Opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. Who would not like opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality? I would love to have them myself. I'm sure you would like to also have opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. Well, you can have these things if you bring Krishna back to the center. This is called Ishavasha, the God-centered conception of existence. You think, well, maybe there is a God, maybe there's not a God. That's agnosticism. Well, you're not going to be connected, you see. We want to give you this knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita so you can know absolutely without a doubt there is God, his name is Krishna, we're his eternal servants. You see. This is what you have to understand and be convinced intellectually, philosophically, and emotionally. You see. That there is a supreme person, or if they want to call him Allah, we have no objection. He has unlimited names. Christ, Buddha. If they want to use other names, Vishnu Sahasranam gives 1,000 names. Rama, we have no objection. But of all these names, the name Krishna is the most powerful because the name Krishna includes all the other names within it. If you use the name of Krishna, you have covered all the names. You see. You become the best Muslim, the best Christian, the best everything when you chant Hare Krishna. For example, I'm actually a Christian. Jesus brought me into Krishna consciousness. The Bible brought me into Krishna consciousness. So it's not something sectarian. This is for Hindus. It's not, do I look like a Hindu? Actually, I'm a Christian. When I was studying the Bible, and the Bible taught me to fully surrender to the will of God, and Prabhupada showed me how to do that, you see. So this is something universal. It's not a sectarian Hindu religion. This is religion with a capital R, you see. It's not this idea of this religion, that religion. What religion do you belong to? Somebody said, what religion do you belong to? I say, well, what do you mean different religions? Religion is one to become a lover of God. If you love God, you've achieved the perfection of religion. I don't care whether you're a Christian, a Hindu, a Sikh, a Jain, a Muslim, whatever you may be. If you learn how to love God, you're the perfect religionist. So this is a movement for everyone, Muslims, Hindus, Jains, Sikhs, Christians, etc., 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 etc. Because we here are learning from Krishna speaking Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita how to perfect the science of loving God. It's very clearly spelled out. Sarvadaman parityaja mang vekang sharanang vraja aham tvang sarvabhaveyo mokshasham yamashuja. Give up all their duties. Sarvadaman parityaja, give up all their duties. Say, what about my wife and my kids and my job? I have to give them up? Krishna says, give up all I have to become a sannyasi? Go live in the forest with my danda, sleep under a different tree every night. Is that what Krishna? No, Krishna's not saying that. Did Arjuna take sannyas? Did he renounce his family and did he renounce everything? No. Arjuna used his occupation in the service of Krishna. Many of you have occupations, isn't it? Well, Arjuna didn't give up his job. He was a warrior. He did his job, but he offered the result to Krishna, you see. So you live your life in a Krishna conscious way, chanting the holy names. If you don't have japa beads yet, you should get japa beads here from the temple and start chanting every day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chanting is enchanting. But the difficulty is right now we're enchanted by the material nature of the billboards, the internet, this and that. We're enchanted by the material nature. That's the problem. We're enchanted by illusion. But Krishna is more enchanting. And if you tune into the Krishna channel, you'll actually turn on all the other channels, you see. Who needs the other channels, you see? I have Krishna. Krishna is more attractive than anything the material world has to offer. So once you tune into Krishna, there's no problem. The other things are not very attractive. Right now, we're very attracted by Maya, isn't it? Go here, drink this. It's all there. We're attracted by Maya. Let's face the facts. It's embarrassing, but we're attracted by Maya right now. It's kind of, you know, I'm not happy to say that, but the fact is we're attracted by Maya right now. We're attracted by the illusory energy. But if we actually tune into Krishna, it's called Maya Sukhaya, or illusory happiness. We all want to be happy, isn't it? Does anybody here not want to be happy? Senior citizens, kids, wherever you might be, everybody wants to be happy. That's a fact. But the trouble is we're running after a mirage in the desert. You know what happens when you run after the mirage in the desert? A little animal may run after the mirage in the desert, but what's the result? He runs himself to death because there's no water out there. I remember when I was a kid, we were driving, our family was driving on a vacation out to West Texas, to Big Bend National Park, out there in the desert country. And I noted down the highway, there was a big lake out there, maybe half a mile ahead, but as fast as the lake was moving, as we were driving 60 miles per hour, the lake was also moving at 60 miles an hour, you see. So that's illusory happiness. You think you're going to get it, but you never actually get it. It's just like how do they get the donkey to work hard all day? They put a carrot on a little stick. They hang a carrot in front of him, and he goes running after the carrot. He never gets it. It's always in front of him, 3 feet in front of him on the stick. You see? So let's not be a bunch of stupid donkeys running after illusory happiness, which never gives any satisfaction to the self. Let's not be so stupid to run after a happiness which never satisfies the self. The scriptures say, Dushparena, the lena cha, the senses burn like fire and they are never, ever, ever satisfied. You see? So why should we run after a so-called happiness which doesn't satisfy us, when we can actually go to a happiness which is unlimitedly satisfying? You see, that's called Krishna consciousness, or Allah consciousness, whatever you want to call it. That pure love of God gives unlimited satisfaction to the self. So you may say, why? Is this some hype to convince me to chant Hare Krishna? Because we want you to join our religion. Are we just hyping you? No, this is a science that applies to anybody and everybody throughout the whole universe. There's actually living beings on other planets. You know, there's people living on the sun who have fire bodies. You know them? They're really fired up there. There are living entities on every planet throughout the whole universe. And this applies to everybody equally. If you chant the holy names of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You're flipping a switch to turn on your actual identity. So we are not here to impose something upon you. We're here to teach you how to remove all those things that have been imposed upon you for millions of lifetimes. That's what we're here for, you see. We're here to reveal to you the science of how to get back to your original identity, you see, that you once had before you thought, well, let me see what it'd be like if I could be the supreme enjoyer. We were actually there in the spiritual world. We were actually eternal living beings with spiritual bodies that never got sick, that never got old, that were eternally youthful spiritual bodies that didn't need a car to drive around in, didn't need a job or any of this stuff, you see. We were there in the spiritual world having a loving relationship with Krishna. in unlimited sweetness, ambrosial sweetness. We were tasting the sweetest nectar at every minute. But love means voluntary. I put a gun in your head and love me or I'll blow your brains out. That's not, you can't love under force. Understand? You can't, that's called rape, right? You can't love out of force. Love has to be voluntary, so every single living entity in the spiritual world has a choice. Love me or leave me, you see. So, in very, very rare situations, out of the unlimited number of living entities in the spiritual world, some will think, you ever seen the cow sticking the head to the fence? As they say, the cow thinks the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. So we were like that stupid cow who stuck his head through the fence thinking the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. We were thinking, maybe if I try the material world, I will enjoy more than the spiritual world. So Krishna said, all right, go ahead and try it. And when you realize you just made a stupid mistake, you're welcome to come back. So we are here today, the representatives of Krishna, to convince you made a very, 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 very stupid mistake to try to enjoy separately from Krishna. Now, we're not here to force you. We're here to help you understand what you did wrong and how you can rectify it. We're not going to tie you, we're not going to handcuff you and drag you back to the spiritual world. That doesn't work. We're here to convince you you made a very, 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 very stupid mistake by trying to enjoy separately from Krishna. That's what we're here. That's what I'm trying to convince you today here in this lecture. I'm just here for one day. I'm going to the U.S. tomorrow to lecture there also. So we want to convince you, this is my one chance to convince you that you've made a stupid mistake trying to enjoy separately from Krishna, but now Krishna is giving the Bhagavad Gita to tell you how to get back, how to get back, how to get back where you once belonged. Jivarasa Rupahai, Krishna and Nityadas, the constitutional position of living entity is the eternal servant of Krishna. So how do you do that? Actually, it's a very simple technique. If somebody is suffering from amnesia, they forgot who they are. And I'm talking about a heavy case of amnesia, not partial, but full amnesia, you've forgotten who you are. I mean, you're totally obliterated. Where do I live? I don't even remember my name anymore. If you get a very severe case of amnesia, you don't remember anything about yourself. And someone comes, a psychiatrist comes, okay, I see you're suffering from amnesia. They brought you here to my office. So my dear sir, let me help you get back to remembering who you are. You see. So why do I give this example? We're all suffering from amnesia right now. You see. We forgot who we actually are. Jivaras Arupahai, Krishna and Nityadas. So how does someone suffering from severe, severe, severe amnesia be brought back to their actual identity? Because they take that poor amnesiac person and they bring him back into the contact with all those things which remind him of actual identity. They take him to his house. Here's your wife. Here's your kids. Here's your dog. You see, here's your guitar. Here's your desk. Here's your bedroom. Here's your favorite book, Bhagavad Gita. They bring you back into touch with everything that you once had, once you really identified with it before you forgot who you are. And finally you snap out of it. Wow, I'm actually so-and-so. You see? So we're trying to bring you back so you can snap out of your illusion. Yes, I'm the eternal servant of Krishna, Ki Jai. You see? We're trying to help you come back to remember who you actually are. You see? Now somebody asked me the other day, well, what is your identity in the spiritual world? Don't try to artificially jump. You see? This is called, there are a class of men in India, they're called Radhakunda Babajis, who you go to them and they'll say, I will initiate you into who you actually are. Here's your rasa. Now you're such and such manjari, here's your name. This is bogus, because they don't even know who you are. And the actual identity is only on a very high level called the asakti stage, where you actually remember who you are. But if you go step by step by step, you'll come to that level. But right now, on the introductory level, we're just teaching you to remember I'm the eternal servant of Krishna. But if you go further, that day will come, you actually remember who you are in the spiritual world. But that's something very high level. You don't jump artificially to that position. What is that sloka, that Bengali saying? Baro baro bandalo, baro baro pe, lanka dinkate, matakare hey. Big, big monkey, big, big belly, Salem junking melancholy. So don't be like a big, big monkey wanting to jump to his rasa in the spiritual world. You see. Just be happy to know you're the eternal servant of Krishna. Krishna will send you a spiritual master. And actually, when you take a spiritual master, you get initiated by a bona fide spiritual master. Guess what? That's an eternal identity. It's like I'm the disciple of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He initiated me on the most wonderful day. He sent me a letter from London back in August. Was it August 12th? Was it? 14th? 12th or 14th? You don't remember? Okay. And I'll just say in August of 2071, I forget the exact day, 12th or 14th, he wrote a letter accepting me as a disciple. Now that's an eternal relationship. I don't have to worry about what rasa I have in Krishna's pastimes. All I know is I'm the eternal servant of the Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He's my guru, my initiator, who's pulling me out of this material world, who's giving me deathlessness, you see. That's all we need to know about our relationship in the spiritual world. I'm the disciple of such and such spiritual master, and he's saving me from this material existence. That's sufficient knowledge of who I am in the spiritual world. I'm the eternal. In the spiritual world, he will still be my spiritual master, and I will still serve him with love and affection, you see. So we're hoping you all can be a little encouraged to take this process seriously, to take up the chanting of Hare Krishna on the Japa Mala beads at least 16 rounds a day, because that will help you tune in, you see. So we say, tune in, turn on, and bliss out, you see. You got to tune into your actual identity, and this japa will help you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Remember when I was a kid, they didn't have internet in those days, but they had something called FM radio. And my dad was an FM radio buff. You could have a stereo. You get stereo through the FM radio. The AM knows on FM you get stereo. That was really cool in those days. But you have to fine tune the knob, so you just get the proper stereo balance, you see. So you need to fine tune your consciousness. Tune in to the transcendental dimension. And this japa will bring you to tuning in, you fine tuning your consciousness. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And more you could dive in and focus and be in a mood of feeling of love also, that mantra will actually fine-tune, refine your consciousness. Somebody asked me, well, I just got a letter today actually from somebody in India, Shivani. She said, well, I can feel the presence of ghosts immediately. How long it takes to feel the presence of Krishna? I said, immediately. You see. If you would chant Hare, sometimes people are haunted by ghosts. But if you chant Hare Krishna, the ghosts are they're running scared to get out of there. They're scared of Hare Krishna mantra. You see. And so Krishna comes immediately. He is fully present in his name. So if you chant Hare Krishna with focus, the Supreme Personality of Godhead personally comes into your association. Can you imagine being like Arjuna on the chariot with Krishna 5,000 years ago? You can have the same closeness, the same proximity, the same nectar, the same mercy by chanting Hare Krishna with love. You can have the same position as Arjuna 5,000 years ago. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So my dear ladies and gentlemen, and kids, please take advantage of this. I'm begging you all, don't waste your life serving your material senses. You are meant to serve Krishna, Rishikesha Sevanam. You're meant to serve Krishna. That's what your senses are meant for. They're not meant to serve your appetite for gratification of your senses. You're meant to take your senses, engagement, service of the master of senses. I'm begging you all, please take this process. I don't want to see you people caught up in the cycle of birth and death. I want to see you people, as you leave this material body, I want to see you enter the spiritual world. to your original identity with Krishna in the spiritual sky. I'm begging you, please, 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 do not remain in the illusion that you can find happiness by gratifying your material senses. You can never do it. You will never find happiness gratifying your material senses. You will only find happiness by engaging your senses in the service of the master of the senses. Now we have a few minutes left for questions. Questions are welcome. Objections, challenges, it's all welcome. I'm here to handle whatever you throw at me. Disagreements, I'm here. Now, don't be shy. Yesterday I gave a lecture, and one person came up after the lecture and asked me a question. But don't be shy. Do you want to save your question, talk to me personally after the lecture? I want to hear it now. Yes?
Thank you for the lecture. So it's very widespread view that Krishna and Shiva, they are like the same, and many are worshiping Shiva and Durga. So what is the actual difference, Shiva, Durga, or Krishna? Because in India it's very, very popular to have Durga Puja and like this.
He's asking about, there is a lot of thoughts about worshiping Shiva and Krishna, maybe it's same, especially in India it's widely spread, so maybe you can...
Actually, Lord Shiva was Parvati was asking Krishna, Shiva, who is the supreme. He said, Vishnu Aradhanam Devi. The Vedic culture, the wife is called Devi. Devi means goddess because the husband sees the wife as a goddess. She's supposed to be a goddess. And so he said, Vishnu Aradhanam Vedi, the topmost worship is the worship of Vishnu. Now Vishnu is also Krishna himself. Krishna is the original form of Vishnu. So according to Lord Shiva, Krishna worship is the best, the topmost worship. So you want to appease Lord Shiva? Great. Chant Hare Krishna. Lord Shiva will shower his mercy on you. Now generally people go to Shiva, because they want something. Lord Shiva, give me a wife, give me a husband, give me a raise, give me a new car, whatever. Generally people go to Shiva asking for material benedictions. And Shiva sometimes may do that, but the material benedictions keep you locked up in the material world. You're still, it's like, remember, what's that old song? Give me a Cadillac, a brand new Cadillac, replete with Michelin tires. Give my wife a new silk sari. Give my kids a Harvard education. Give me a house by the Baltic Sea. Om Jagajayati Shari. This is the mood of demigod worshippers. You see. They're saying, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me. But that's selfishness. That very selfishness has locked us in the material world, you see. So don't be selfish. Become selfless, you see. Demigod worship is for selfish people who want something for themselves. But Krishna worship is those who want to give themselves to Krishna. Demigod worship will keep you locked up in the material world. But guess what? If you worship Krishna, Krishna is the sum total of all, there's 330 million demigods. If you want to worship all the demigods, do a separate puja for each one, you'll have to spend your whole life. 330 million demigods, can you imagine? You want to please all the demigods, you'll be exhausted. You won't have time to have a job, you have to go out to the forest, do 330 million pujas. Can you imagine worshiping all the demigods? But Krishna says, I am the sum total of all the demigods. So stop getting water. If you want to nourish the tree, you can try watering every leaf and branch. But if you water the root, you've covered the whole thing in one stroke. So when you worship Krishna, you're given the best worship, Shiva, Brahma, Indra, Ganesh, all of them. And when you worship Krishna, you've done the best worship for every single demigod. 330 million demigods will shower their blessings upon you. Just like we hear in Krishna Lila, how they were having different pastimes, and the demigods would shower flowers on Krishna's pastimes. From the heavenly planets, they would shower flowers. We're hoping we can have a kirtan now here in Helsinki where the demigods will shower flowers on us. We haven't gotten there yet. But we hope that day will come. The demigods will shower flowers on our kirtan here in Helsinki. But the fact is that when you worship Krishna, all the demigods are blessing you and very pleased with you because they're all devotees of Krishna. Next question. Yes.
For the lecture. I've been wondering about this whole thing that we have a long history of different yugas. We've had a golden age and silver, now we're in the Kali Yuga. And it's a particularly vicious time to remember or to try to go back to Krishna because we, like you say, have so much amnesia about where we're coming from. The thing that I'm wondering at this point is why do we have to have these different ages where in different ages it's much easier to serve Krishna, and then all of a sudden we come to this where it's extremely difficult to try and remember why we even should do it.
So you mentioned that we are suffering with amnesia, especially in Kali Yuga, is the most severe case. So I'm just wondering why these yugas are created, which is like difficult or somewhat like more difficult or less difficult.
Actually, Kali Yuga is the easiest yuga because of Lord Chaitanya's mercy. It's better than Satya, Treka, and Dwarpa Yuga because Lord Chaitanya's mercy. If you will take advantage of the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, it's the easiest time to become self-realized. But you take advantage of it. If you don't take advantage of it, too bad. If you take advantage of the mercy of Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, this is actually the easiest yoga to become self-realized because the alternative is so horrible. You see, in the other yogas, the material world is kind of nice. So maybe I don't need to go back to Godhead. It's kind of nice in the Satya, Treka, and Dwarpa yugas. But in this age, it's like black and white. There's no shades of gray in this age. It's pure black and white. So this is a special boon, taking birth. You are very fortunate, sir. You've taken birth in the Kali Yuga. You're here in this Hare Krishna temple. You're in a very, very, very fortunate position. Now, if you will take advantage of your good fortune by chanting Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda in a mood of complete submission, you'll have an amazing transformation within you, and you'll never take birth again in this material world. I guarantee you. Next. Don't be shy. Now, they're coming in from the internet now.
No, it's over here.
Okay.
Someone is crying.
That's right. The little kid is taking a little vacation right now, so we can hear you.
My son was watching a cartoon that was with Krishna and his friends, and Krishna with his bansuri, he did some magic, and he was asking me, Mama, why is this bansuri having a magic in it?
So this morning, her little boy was watching Krishna cartoons, and Krishna with his friend was playing, and he started playing his flute, and the child was asked, and some magic started happening.
A person woke up, he was fainted, and he woke up with the bansuri of Krishna, the music of Krishna. He said, why is not magic in my flute?
Okay, so some person was sleeping or what, I don't know, and Krishna's flute revived him. So he was asking.
Well, that's very nice if he's meditating on Krishna's flute.
So he was asking why my flute doesn't have such magic.
Huh?
He was asking why my flute doesn't have such magic.
My flute?
Yeah, the boy also has a flute.
He has a flute. Well, Krishna's flute actually Krishna's flute is not different from Krishna himself, but the flute you have is different.
Like, what should be the answer to the kid?
What to answer to the kid?
Huh?
What to say to kids?
The kids you tell the kids whenever you play the flute, you can remember Krishna's flute, and you become the best flute player in the whole city of Helsinki. Actually, the gopis, a very nice sloka. I can't resist sharing a verse from you from Rupa Goswami. And this verse enlivens me a lot if I can remember the Sanskrit. Priyasayang Krishna Sahajari Ko Rakshashta Talitas Tadaham Sarada Tadinam Ubaya Sankamam Chadam Tadant Yata Kela Maduri Mule Panchamadrishe Manobale Kalini Vibanaya Spriyayatri. This is in Kurukshetra. You see, the Krishna had come from Dwarka to Kurukshetra, and Radharani had come from Vrindavan to Kurukshetra. And she's talking to her girlfriend, one of the other gopis. She says, my dear gopi girlfriend, now I'm here in this field of Kurukshetra, It's very nice. I'm now with my old friend Krishna. It's very, very nice. But still, I would like to go to the bank of the Jamuna, beneath the trees of the forest there. I wish to hear the sweet vibration of the fifth note of his flute in that forest of Vrindavan. So the gopis, especially Radharani, especially appreciates the fifth note. I don't know why it's not the first, second, or third, or fourth. Yes, after Radharani. But Radharani especially relishes that sweet vibration of the fifth note of Krishna's flute. So the Radharani is meditating on Krishna's flute. And we can remember Radharani meditating on the fifth note of Krishna's flute. And that will help us to advance in Krishna consciousness. Even in regular music, you know, there's some song you really like, and a certain note in that song really turns you on. You see? It hits that one little riff in the song really, oh, that really turns me on. That one riff really does it to me. Radharani is like that with the fifth note of the flute. Anything else? There's internet questions now. Here's a question locals are prioritized over internet. Yeah.
I mean, there are so many instruments. There were so many instruments in Krishna's pastime, but why he chose?
Well, the flute is the best. Well, ask any musician who plays. He plays the guitar, he plays the piano, he plays an organ. Which one he likes the best? Every musician has a certain instrument they like the best. So if a musician in this world can favor a certain instrument, why Krishna can't favor a certain instrument? It's common sense. Ask anybody, you know. Ask Paul McCartney, but he likes, you know. Ask anyone what instrument he likes the best. Or some of your famous Indian musicians. But everyone has an instrument they like the best. Some people, the voice is also an instrument. Some people like the voice the best. So every musician has an instrument he likes the best, and Krishna, being the supreme musician, also have an instrument he likes the best, and that's his flute. Next. Yes, my dear little boy, yes.
Is Krishna human?
Krishna is a superhuman. Superhuman. When I was kids, we used to have a thing on TV called Superman. The kids all loved Superman. He was faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive. The kids really ate up. We loved Superman on TV. But Krishna is the supreme Superman. This is the supreme Superman. Okay, here we go. Can we read Bhagavad Gita after eating non-veg? Why are you so stupid? You're eating non-veg. You're committing suicide by eating non-veg.
If Krishna asks, we
Huh?
can offer it to Krishna. If Krishna asks, and if we can offer it to Krishna.
Meat?
If Krishna asks, Krishna says, whatever you eat, offer
But
it
this
to
is non-veg, Devi. Meat. It's meat.
Hare Krishna. I'm saying something.
Some point from what
I'm
some
making
point.
a point, not
Philosophical
I'm
point.
answering directly.
That's another point. Vegetarian food you can offer to Krishna.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam, Krishna says.
That's a fact. But he's asking about non-veg, about meat.
That's what I'm saying. So he's not asking for meat. So he can't offer it to Krishna and can't eat it.
Can we read Bhagavad Gita? Let's go back directly to the question. Can we read Bhagavad Gita after eating non-veg? Absolutely. Because the Bhagavad Gita could convince you to stop eating non-veg. So you read Bhagavad Gita in any condition. The Bhagavad Gita will convince you to not do these nonsense things anymore. Anything else? We have about 1 minute before the authority will pull the plug on me. Okay, all right. How to make fully sure that Krishna is in the center when we chant japa and kirtan? Well, if you do it with love, Krishna will reveal it to you. He'll personally reveal it to you that he's the center of all existence. That's the next one. Why dovetailing selfish desire and Krishna consciousness, as told by Srila Prabhupada in some lectures? Well, let's say there's something you really like to do. Let's say you really like to travel. You love traveling. Well, go to Vrindavan. Or you really like to cook. Well, cook food and offer to Krishna. But Prabhupada says, whatever talent you have, you can use in the service of Krishna. Just like he was I was a talented musician. Thousands of people love my music, so why not sing for Krishna and play the harmonium for Krishna? You see, if you have something you really like doing, why not offer it to Krishna? You see, Prabhupada says we should do that. Whatever. Arjuna was a talented warrior, and he used his fighting skills in service of Krishna. If you have some talent, use it for Krishna. You don't have to deny your talents. Use them for Krishna. You see. Anything else? Is that it? Our time has run out. Let's see if we can squeeze in one more question. One more before the authorities pull the plug on me. One more question. This is your last chance. Yeah.
My question is, just you said, talk about like eating a meat. We should not eat meat because Krishna said, or meat is not, we are
Meat
not
is,
born for eat a meat.
even the Bible forbids meat eating. Meat eating is very simple. The animals are not meant to be your food. Now the animals can eat meat. The tiger can eat a human being if he wants to. There's no sin. Actually, it happens now in India when the tigers are now eating human beings. You know, in India, what's going on? There's a big preserve for tigers. 17 people have been eaten by the tigers recently. So the tigers can eat a human being, but no problem. You see, but there are laws of God. We are meant not to eat meat. We're meant to take. Krishna says, fruits, water, matram, Guru Maharaj is pointing out. He's certain foods prescribed by Krishna for us. A leaf, a flower, fruit, or water. Vegetarian foods are prescribed for us. So if you want to be in harmony with God, you want to please Him, you should follow His instructions. Just like you have laws here in Helsinki, isn't it? Keep to the right. When you drive, you keep to the left, you're going to have problems. You may get a ticket or you may have a collision. So you live in accordance with the laws and you'll have a smooth existence. If you live in a violation of the laws, you'll be in big trouble. So Krishna has given a law, no meat eating. You see? Now, there's a concession. If you want to eat meat, let the animal die naturally, and then you can eat. But don't kill an animal. Of course, we don't want to do that, but the Christians are addicted to meat eating. So we tell them, all right, let the cow, I have big McDonald's, right? McDonald's switch to cows that die naturally, and then it won't be sinful, you see, like it is now, or so sinful like it is now. Of course, they can't offer it. It still won't be prasadam, but at least it's not so sinful as it is now. Does that help a little bit? Okay. Well, I have to act in accordance with your temple president here, so I'll be welcome to come again. Thank you all very much. Please take this process seriously, and your lives will be unlimitedly sublime. I absolutely guarantee it. Thank you very much.
His Grace Sankarshan Das Adhikari Prabhu ki jai. And naturally, you're most welcome to Finland whenever you want to come. That's wonderful. Your lectures have been wonderful. So, most welcome to Finland. Prabhu and Mataji, they will leave tomorrow. Haribol. Tomorrow morning, early in the morning. Was it USA or?
USA, yeah.
Yes,
USA.
back to USA. So let's welcome them back to Finland. Then next autumn or next year, you're most welcome. Hare Krishna. His Grace Sankarshan Das Adhikari Prabhu ki jai. The Associates of Sankarshan Das Adhikari Prabhu ki jai. Okay, so now we have the Arati, nyt meillä on the Arati ceremony, so we can all stand up for the ceremony. Or not like the ceremony.